My name is Asbeidi, and today I'm going to talk about my experience when I went to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Well, it has been 2 years since this event occurred, in which we had to travel 2 times because we were going to pick up my aunt where she lives, and apart because the trips reside in Chihuahua. We left Torreon and go to Chihuahua, a trip of about 8 hours by road, in which I was anxious to eat there since I had never been in Chihuahua. The hours passed and we arrived on a Thursday morning to rest for the next day to know a small part of all that is Chihuahua. And also the next day we have to leave to Puerto Vallarta. We will go to the center of Chihuahua to buy some things that we needed, and I was always curious to meet Pascualita. We went around the part where she was, and the wedding dress store was weak, but I finally met her and I was done. They arrived at 2 in the afternoon, and it was time to go to Puerto Vallarta on a very anxious trip because I had not been into the sea for years since I was little when we lived in Mazatlan, Sinaloa. It took us a while to get there from Chihuahua to Puerto Vallarta, almost 24 hours to reach the destination. On the way, there is not much to talk about its signs. Most of the time, I spend asleep, listening to music, watching movies, etc. We arrived in Puerto Vallarta, and the first thing we did was paying for the pages, but it was a small inconvenience since my aunt, when reserving site, I was 50 years old. I was 16 years old, and they carried use an extra 900 pesos, if I remember correctly, to be able to they paid for them to enter the hotel, and they gave use the card to enter the room. Afterwards, we took a small tour of the two hotels to see the view of the sea and to locate where each place was, such as the cafeteria, the open bar, the snack, restaurant, bar, etc. The first day, I remember that we were in hotel all day in the pool and the on beach eating and having many tropical drinks, mirroring the crabs, the snails, playing volleyball. We had a great time, and the second day I remember with that we went to Puerto Vallarta downtown to buy souvenirs from our family. We visited various parts of the center, very beautiful by the way, and the boardwalk that has many strange features that make me long. There was feature that looking like a Dorito, in which I took a picture. I remember very well that we left walking along the seashore until we reached our hotel. Sorry, and I burned all my feet because I did not want to walk with my new tennis shoes. On that walk, we meet a man who offered a mini tour of Puerto Vallarta. I do not remember how much he asked, but he let it use cheaper. As long as we were accepted, the next day on the third they took used to many places, to the tequila house, if I remember correctly, to the malecon, and to a very nice place called Eden. Uh, it's a very beautiful river, with a waterfall, where there are fish, and you have a great time with your family. We returned to the hotel, and we somehow a boy painting beautiful pictures with the fingers, and we went dinner. And the truth is that the hotel food, both the snacks and the food, oof, it was a delight. And the desserts in the cafeteria, not to mention a delight. Otra vez. And the desserts in the cafeteria, not to mention a delight for my palate. The last day in Vallarta, I literally spent all day at sea and eating. I saw the pelicans on that trip, and actually I had the most incredible time with my family. That trip is the best I have done, in my entry life. Tells all. Thanks.